a quick examples video. This one is for surface area of prisms. So mostly looking at rectangular prisms as well as some other straightforward prisms. So if we look at a rectangular prism is something like a box. So think a cereal box or your mac and cheese box or something like that. So when you look at it, count how many sides you've got. Because when you count it, we've got 6 sides. So every single one of these guys has 6 sides. Alright? And they have got 3 different sides. Okay, so like here, there's a top and a bottom and they're the same size. Alright, then there's the 2 sides and they're the same size. And then these 2 sides, so the ends, are also the same size. So from this, we can then find our surface area. Because we know we've got 2 of each size rectangle. So we've got 3 rectangle sizes all up. So I can write my total surface area. Alright, we're going to have 2 times our top plus 2 times our side plus 2 times our end. Okay? So basically, you need to use each of these numbers twice. So we're going to go 2 times length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height. So if you look at this just really quickly, see how I've got my length has come up twice, my width has come up twice, and my height has come up twice? You know you've done it right if you got them twice. Okay? So now I'm going to assign length, width, and height to each of these. I'm going to make that my length, width, height. Okay? So now where I've got an L, I'm going to put 8. The W, I'm going to put 5, and a H, I'm going to put 3. So I'm going to have 2 times 8 times 5. I'm going to put it in brackets because it makes it easier for the calculator. Alright, 2 times 8 times 3 plus 2 times 5 times 3. So now we've got all of our rectangles times 2. Alright, so 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, 40 times 2 is 80. Plus, so 8 times 3 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. Okay, and then here 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. So we then just add these together. And that will give us our total surface area. So it's pretty straightforward. So in this one, we end up with 158 centimeters squared. Because if you look at our example, it was in centimeters. Okay, and then that is how you find the total surface area of a rectangular prism. So let's quickly do it again with this. But we're not going to rewrite out this top part again because it's a bit of a waste of time once you got the hang of it. So we're going to have TSA equals 2 times length times width plus okay, there's our formula. Let's assign them. I'm going to make that length, width, height. I don't know, I like to go that way. Makes it the easiest. So we're going to have 2 times 4 times 5 plus 2 times 4 times 3. Okay, so let's then simplify it. So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 makes that 24. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. Times 2, 30. Bam. Okay, add them all together and we end up with 94 this one should be meters squared. Okay, and that's how you do surface area of a rectangular prism. Once you've got that formula, it makes it really quite straightforward. So now let's go to the less straightforward ones. And these are ones that have different ends. So if you look at this first one here, this is a triangular prism because it's got a triangle for both ends and then it's got the other sides to join it together. So what I know looking at this is, okay, so I've got 2 times my triangles. Okay, and then I've got a bottom. Okay, so the bottom is like this part here that you can't see. I've got a side, which is over here, and I've got I'm going to call it the diagonal. Okay, it doesn't matter what you call them, or whether you spell it right, because I totally didn't. Okay, so now, for the triangle, you're just going 2 times, and then the formula of a triangle. So you're going to go 2 times half times the base times the height plus. And so then these are just going to be all rectangles. So I'm going to give all of these random letters. So this is my height, this is my base, I'm going to call this the width, and I'm going to call this the length. So then my bottom is going to be my base times width, okay? My side, so this one here is going to be my width times height, and then my diagonal is going to be width times length. Okay, so that width gets used a lot because it's the same length across the entire thing. Okay, so now let's substitute my numbers. So I've got 2 times half times my base times my height plus my base times my width, which is 4. So then 4 times 3 plus 3 times 4. Okay, simplify them. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 makes it 12, half of 12 is 6. So these two here really kind of cancel each other out. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12. Add those together. Okay, and so once you've done that, you've now got your total surface area. So you've got 6 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. We end up with 38, and units, we are working in meters squared. And that's how you do that kind of one. So basically, it's similar to a rectangular prism, but this time you've got to look at what your two ends are instead. So here, we've got one that's a parallelogram one. So it's basically a rectangular prism, but it's on an angle. It's on a bit of a lean, actually. So here, my total surface area is going to be 2 times parallelogram. I'm just going to write para. Plus, I'm going to have a top. So I'm going to have 2 times my top. Okay, plus 2 times sides. Okay, and then here, these are my sides here. Okay, so now parallelogram is base times height. Okay, so this is height, that is base. I'm going to call this length and that one width. Okay, so now my top is going to be given by base times length. And my side is going to be given, and because there's 2, don't forget that, 2, and my side is going to be given by width times length. Not sure what that was. So now, quickly substitute them in, put it in your calculator. Okay, so 2 times 6 times 15 plus 2 times 15 times 10 plus 2 times 7 times 10. Okay, so we then put this in our calculator. So we've got 6 times 15 times 2 gives you 180 plus 15 times 10 is 150 times 2 makes that 300. Okay, and then 7 times 10 is 70 times 2 makes that 140. Add them together, so we got 180 plus 300 plus 140. You end up with 620 centimeters squared. So you just need to work out all the sides. If you have to give them random letters, give them random letters. But otherwise, that's pretty much how you go about. Identify the shape that makes up the ends of your prism, and you'll be good to go. Alright, thank you for watching.